Welcome to IBER. In this video, we are going to learn about the asymptotic notations, how to represent them, and how to the different cases in them. Let's start. Asymptotic notations are used to represent the complexity of an algorithm. There are three cases in it. The first case is the best case, the second case is the worst case, and the third case is the average case. Now, the best case means the algorithm takes the less time or a space. In the worst case, it means the algorithm takes the longer or more time or space. In the average case, the algorithm takes the time or the space that lies between the best case and the worst case. So let's see our first asymptotic notation, big O notation or O notation. Now, this big O notation is a worst case complexity. That means it takes a larger amount of time or more amount of time or a space, and it is a upper bound. It represents the upper bound of the running time of an algorithm. So let's see by this graph. There is a function of f of n over here, and there is function of g of n, c into g of n, where c is a constant. F of n is equal to big O of g of n only when f of n is less than or equal to c into g of n. Okay, this thing is represented over here in this formula, in this condition. For all the n values, for all this is n, this all are n values on the x-axis. For n, all the n values which are greater than n naught, this is n naught point over here, and for all the values which are greater than n naught, this condition satisfies, that is f of n is less than or equal to c into g of n, where c is constant and c should be greater than 0. That is our big O notation. Similarly, there is omega notation, which is best case complexity of an algorithm, and the omega notation represents the lower bound of the running time of an algorithm. Let's see its graph. There is a function f of n, and there is another function g of n, c into g of n, where c is a constant. F of n is equal to the omega notation of g of n only when f of n is greater than or equal to c into g of n, where c is a constant, where c should be greater than 0 and n should be greater than n naught, that is n should be greater than n naught. Only in this condition this is satisfied, and then only we call it as omega notation. Now the last notation, that is theta notation. Theta notation is the encloses between the above and below, that is upper bound and lower bound, that is between the best case and the worst case. So it is called as an average case complexity. Let's see it graphically. By graphically, there is a function f of n over here, and there is a lower bound, there is this lower bound c1 of into g of n, and there is an upper bound, that is c2 of g of n, and in between that there is an f of n. So f of n is called theta notation of g of n only when there is c is greater, c1 and c2, here both the constant should be greater than 0 and the n should be greater than n naught. Then only the condition satisfies, that is this. Now, how to represent the f of n as big O of g of n, omega of g of n, and theta of g of n. Let's see by the example over here. F of n is given as 3n plus 2 and g of n is given as n. When we have to represent the f of n as big O of g of n, we have to write the condition for it. We know the condition. F of n is less than or equal to c into g of n, where c is a constant, so it should be equal greater than 0, and n naught should be greater or equal to 1. By applying all this condition to f of n and g of n, we get this equation: 3n plus 2 is less than or equal to c of n, and we get the answer for it, that is c is equal to 4 and n should be greater or equal to 2, then only we can represent the f of n into big O of g of n. Similarly, to represent the f of n as omega of g of n, we write all the conditions required, that is f of n is greater or equal to c into g of n, where c is a constant, so c should be greater than 0 and n naught should be greater or equal to 1. And by putting the values of f of n and g of n in this condition, we write it over here, and by solving this 3n plus 2 is greater or equal to c of n, we get the constant value c is equal to 1 and n value as greater or equal to 1. Similarly, when we were to represent the f of n as a theta of g of n, theta notation of g of n, this is the condition, that is c1 into g of n is less than or equal to f of n is less than or equal to c2 into g of n. For all the values, that is c1 and c2, since both are constant, it should be greater than 0 and n naught should be greater or equal to 1. By putting the values over here given f of n and g of n in this equation, or you can say in this condition, we get that c1 should be equal to 1 and c2 should be equal to 4 and n should be greater or equal to 2. Then only we can say then only we can represent f of n into theta notation of g of n. Now I will tell you some common asymptotic notation that we need to remember. This is big O of 1 is it's a constant. Big O of log of n is a logarithmic. Big O of n is a linear. Big O of n log n is a log linear or linearithmic. Big O of n square is quadratic. Big O of n raised to c is a polynomial where c can be anything. It's a polynomial or algebraic, you can say. Big O of c raised to n, where c should be greater than 1, is an exponential. Big O of n factorial is a factorial. So that's it. You have to remember this chart, and this asymptotic notations are further you will see in the coming videos, wherein we will find out the different complexity of an algorithm. Thank you for watching.